In today's house search, I'm helping a young family find a dream country home. But surprisingly, they soon discover they want to downscale their grand ambitions for rural life.
When we first met, you said between 1 and 2 acres. Are you revising that downward now?
Yeah, 2 acres would be too much.
I need something to do on the sit-on mower, don't I?
Yeah.
But as our property tours continue, they realise exactly which elements of country life they really want.
Wow, this made me go a bit funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
OK, that's good. That's a good sign, isn't it, Jo?
Good thing, very good sign.
Oh my gosh.
Well, today I'm in Herefordshire, in the heart of Webley, one of the real highlights on the county's now famous black and white village trail. But the truth is, when these buildings were first put up 300 or 400 years ago, well, they weren't black and white at all. The oak framing would have been left its natural oak colour. The panels in between simply filled with lath plaster and then covered with lime wash. It wasn't really until the 19th and 20th centuries that the craze for painting them black really took off to try and highlight the framing and the timber detail. But in truth, if you want to see a genuine oak frame building, you need to get the paint off.
Running along the Welsh border, landlocked Herefordshire is one of the most rural counties in the UK. It's home to two areas of outstanding natural beauty, the Wye Valley to the south and the Malvern Hills to the east. Breathtaking scenery is plentiful across this largely agricultural region. In the west of the county, the Golden Valley is believed to be the place that C.S. Lewis drew inspiration for his fictional land of Narnia. It's also home to Herefordshire's oldest man-made structure, Arthur's Stone. According to legend, this Neolithic tomb is where King Arthur once slayed a giant. Taking in Herefordshire's villages and market towns is like an architectural history tour. They stand testament to local craftsmanship through the ages. The cathedral city of Hereford is also full of beautiful buildings. Sir Edward Elgar lived here between 1904 and 1911, and during this time he wrote many of his famous pieces, including his first and second symphonies. It's certainly a county that rightly celebrates its cultural heritage, and one that should appeal to anyone seeking a slice of rural England. Now, when it comes to buying an idyllic country escape, take it from me, Herefordshire will not disappoint you, which is why I've been lucky enough to live here for the last 5 years myself. Now, currently the average price for a detached property in this neck of the woods is some £311,000. That's some £45,000 below the national figure for both England and Wales. But as with anywhere, there are of course hotspots, and here, not least around the urban centres of Ross-on-Wye or indeed Hereford itself. But there's no getting away from the fact, if you're after beautiful landscape and excellent value for money, then Herefordshire is well worth a look, which of course is why today's buyers have decided to come here all the way from the home counties. Restaurateur Jo and partner Mel currently live with their two daughters, Gracie and Lily, in Rickmansworth, Hertfordshire. Mel has lived in their 3-bedroom townhouse for 15 years and has radically extended it. But this family of 4 are fast outgrowing their home. In addition, Rickmansworth itself no longer gives them the lifestyle they want.
It's becoming a professional town for commuters in and out, rather than it being a family community like it was years ago.
When I moved in, those flats, none of these flats were there. It was just green land, which was lovely. Not ideal anymore. You know, they're trying to squish too much into such a lovely town.
Keen to give their girls an idyllic upbringing, they've decided the time has come to swap town for country life.
Just think it'd be a nice way of life. I lived in the Cotswolds for a few years, and having that space all around you and the freedom, it'd be nice to have our own garden just to the courtyard out the back. There's not really much fun for the girls out there. If we get a veg patch, they can grow their own veg, and then they see how things are made and the processing that goes into stuff. The main reason for moving is for them, really, so they get a nicer lifestyle and a better upbringing.
When they do move, Jo, who currently works very long hours, is hoping to change his job so they can all spend more time as a family.
We're open breakfast, lunch, dinner 6 days a week, and then we cater for 4 children's nurseries, which is 160 to 180 kids a day, 51 weeks a year. So yeah, it's quite high pressured, but I enjoy it. But then obviously when we move, I think that a different lifestyle and less hours is going to be beneficial for me to have more time with the girls and enjoy ourselves really. Working 40 hours a week less means that's 40 hours more family time.
The area that Mel and Joe have decided they want to raise their children in is Herefordshire, but they've never actually visited the county before.
My mum's done a lot of walking around the country. I think she's walked everywhere. And Herefordshire, she's always really sort of banged on about, saying how lovely it is. We're not picky about really where we want to be. You know, we just want to move to the country. So it is a big change, but it's a change that we really, really want. We want to give Herefordshire a chance.
As they're unfamiliar with Herefordshire, they're happy to follow our lead when it comes to location. So we're focusing the search in the south of the county to find them the country lifestyle they're after. I'm meeting up with them to find out exactly what they need from their new family home.
Well, Joe, Mel, welcome to Escape to the Country and welcome to Herefordshire. But what brought you here?
We live in the town centre at the minute. We've got 2 young girls. We were thinking about them as they grow up and get older, about learning about nature, exploring the countryside and things like that. And because of your mother, really, it's Herefordshire where we've picked. So yeah, we're keen and excited to have a look around and see what it can offer.
So give us an idea, Mel, of the sort of property that you are envisaging for this new life of yours.
We want character, cottagey, bigger than what we've got at the moment.
Yeah.
Definitely large kitchen diner, you know, so we can all be together. 4 bedrooms at least 2 reception rooms,
Yeah.
so we can be separate from the girls.
And what about some outside space?
I think an acre or 2 would be nice. Any more than that, I think would probably be a little bit unmanageable. Quite like to have some chickens and maybe a few other little animals. Get a
Keep the
dog for the
goats.
girls and
There was a mention of goats.
something to look after, something for them to own and have responsibility for. It's good for them to learn.
How much are you going to spend? What's the budget?
600, I think, is
600, but
top
that's
end.
got to be our perfect home.
We've got 3 to show you this week, including, of course, our mystery house, which we'll get to tomorrow morning. But in the meantime, let me show you around. Come on.
Thank you.
For their maximum budget of £600,000, Mel and Joe are looking for a home for their young family with character, charm and plenty of space. The property should have 2 reception rooms, plus a minimum of 4 bedrooms, and they'd love an acre or 2 outdoors. We have 3 splendid properties lined up that I think really showcase what this area has to offer, and after each tour, I'll be asking them to guess the price of each one. And of course, our final offering will be our mystery house, which could be the perfect place for a family looking to convert from town to country life. So as Mel and Joe want an idyllic setting in which to raise their family, we're kicking off our property search in the quiet hamlet of Shenmore, a peaceful location that's just a mile away from the village of Madley. The local church is considered to be one of the largest and finest in South Herefordshire, owing to the fact that Madley has been a popular site of pilgrimage since the 6th century. The village has its own shop, post office, hairdressers and pub. There's also a well-regarded primary school and a busy village hall that's used by local clubs and societies. And just a 10-minute walk from the centre of the village is our first property.
So, this is what we are going to start with.
Oh, I like.
Yeah?
Yes, I do, very much. It's just cottagey and it looks quite small.
It looks very small from here, to be honest, because you can't see all of it from where we're stood at the moment.
I like it. I like the porch. Obviously, like you say, you can't see everything at the minute, so it's wait to get through that front door.
Suck it and see. Come on, let's have a look.
Originally built in the 18th century, this property started life as a small single-storey cottage. Over the years, it's been considerably, but sympathetically extended to create a generous family home. Through the front door is a large entrance hall.
So this is all part of the new extension going that way. It gives you this great big wide hallway, that garden room, which is Absolutely gorgeous. All that lovely oak coming through.
Yeah.
And then it leads into here, which is really part of the older part of this property, complete with lovely wood burner and inglenook.
Oh, lovely fireplace.
Beautiful.
Really lovely,
nice with the
really
beams.
cosy.
Is this the sort of thing that you were trying to
Definitely.
picture?
Exactly what we were picturing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I really like the exposed beams. It's a good size. It's cosy. And I can see our sofas in here already and having the fire going. Sort of chilly winter day, cosy up, watching a film, something like that.
The thing about this one I like from your point of view is that it is all done. You know, it's
Yeah.
by no means any sort of a project. It's a walk in and get on with it, really,
Yeah,
kind of property.
definitely. Really like it.
Am I sensing, you know, some relief that properties in the countryside might work for you? Yes. Excellent. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Well, if you like this, I think you're going to really enjoy the kitchen, because to me, it's the kitchen that really sells this one. Come and have a look. Do you see what I mean?
Oh, wow. This is exactly the kitchen.
It's beautiful.
I love it.
Gorgeous, the
nice.
floor.
Yeah. Through that door, you've got a utility room, a bit of a boot room, and a downstairs loo as well.
Brilliant.
Flows very nicely as well from the
Yeah.
front door as you come through.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel too modern. It's still got that really nice sort of classic feel to it, but
Yeah.
spacious at the same time.
Yeah, I can see us here, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Lots of possibilities.
Upstairs, there's a good-sized family bathroom and 5 bedrooms in total. There are 2 doubles which are used for visitors, a single with lovely exposed timbers, and the smallest is currently used as a study. But let's see what they make of the main bedroom.
Now, up here, perhaps no surprise, is the master bedroom.
Oh, brilliant size.
Very nice
Yep.
size.
Perfect for us.
Yeah?
Fit our bed nicely. I like the windows
Property.
both sides.
Yeah.
Keeps it very light.
And you've got the ensuite shower room in there.
Oh, brilliant.
Enough space up here with the 5 beds, do you think?
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the girls will be happy.
Yeah.
Really like it.
So having seen what's on offer inside, it's time to explore the selling points outside. Set within the grounds is a detached bungalow with a living room, kitchen and bedroom. It can also be a useful addition to accommodate visiting family, or can even be used as a holiday let. The property also benefits from a garage and a sauna. The garden itself is around ½ an acre and is mostly laid to lawn. There's plenty of scope here for Joe and Mel to fulfil their country dream and create vegetable beds and keep chickens.
So, there we are. It's not acres and acres.
It's perfect size.
I can see us creating a really nice garden out here with plenty of things for the girls to be doing.
Yeah. So, how much of your £600,000 will you have to part with, Mel, for this one?
I'd say 580.
Yeah, okay, Joe.
It's not far off what I was thinking. 570, 575.
Pretty good, guys. It's on the market for £575,000.
Okay. Leaves a little bit over.
It does leave a little bit over for you to play with, relax with, or just take the pressure off with, to be
That's
honest.
brilliant.
Right then, go and explore it at your leisure.
Thank you very
And I will
much.
come and
Thank
find
you.
you a little bit later.
Coming in at £25,000 under Joe and Mel's top budget, this 18th century extended cottage offers plenty of family space, including a fabulous country kitchen and 5 bedrooms. The property is set within a ½ acre plot and also benefits from a detached annex.
Just had such a nice feel. As soon as you walked through the door, it felt like home. Straight away we were thinking, oh, we could put this here, we could put that there.
It's got the fireplace that we want. Kitchen is exactly what we were after. The children's got a playroom. It's got all the character that we wanted.
You know, I do love an oak-framed house. You really can't beat them. And it would seem that you feel the same way too. Aren't they gorgeous?
Beautiful.
Lovely.
So, that's one ticked off our list, but there are 2 more on the horizon. That way. Come on.
Let's go.
When Joe and Mel do move to the country, they're looking forward to having plenty of outdoor space for their young family to enjoy. And they're hoping to get some small livestock that they can rear as a family. So to give them a taster of some of the upkeep involved, we've arranged for them to visit the Small Breeds Farm Park near Kington, which is home to a variety of miniature species. Farm manager Tom Dunn is responsible for the donkeys.
Hi Tom, so what are you doing?
Hi there, I'm just picking out their feet. It's a great way to check their health. It's a good warning for any problems they might be having, and it's a really good way to bond with your donkey as well at the same time.
Is it difficult to do?
Not at all, it's really easy. Do you want to have a go? So, give you that.
Thank you.
So all we're doing is just going to scrape out the mud in the hoof here.
Donkeys usually wear their hooves down naturally as they walk, but when kept domestically they tend not to walk such great distances, so daily hoof care is an important routine.
And we're just looking for any cracks in the hoof and feeling for any heat, and there's nothing there.
The donkeys here have their hooves trimmed by a farrier every 2 months or so.
Do you like working with miniature donkeys?
Yeah, they're really friendly. They're a bit mischievous at times, but on the most they're well behaved. They're very sociable.
So with the donkeys' hooves taken care of for the day, it's now feeding time for the pygmy goats, with park owner Jay Britton.
What exactly do you need to keep miniature breeds?
First of all, you need space, and you need this good stuff, grass. Of course, they need fresh water, and they need food apart from their grazing. During the winter months, we do feed them hay, and we also feed straw as well.
How much time would you need to spend looking after them?
It's a real commitment. Each day they need to be fed, they need to be cleaned, you need to observe them, you need to get to know them like any other member of the family. What you do have to remember is all these animals need companionship. They are social creatures. So if you're going to have pygmy goats, you probably need 3 or 4. If you're going to have donkeys, certainly you need to have 2. Are you ready to feed the goats then?
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All prepared.
Whilst Jay's goats eat plenty of grass, he also supplements their diet with pellets to ensure they get all the nutrients they need.
So if you simply shake the bucket and say, come on, they'll know that you're the one who's got their food.
Come on!
Come on! Come on!
Come on!
Pygmy goats are a very friendly species and are naturally inquisitive. And they can grow to around 60 centimetres in height and live between 8 and 15 years. And after that immersive experience, Joe and Mel are still keen to pursue their animal ambitions. Fingers crossed we can find them a place with lots of land to make that dream come true. Our next property is located in the rural village of Home Lacey. A 10-minute drive from here is Fownhope, a well-kept spot full of charming character cottages and all the practical amenities for country life, including a butcher's which has been run by the same family since 1924. It also has a small shop and 2 pubs, plus a village hall and a good local school. Home Lacey itself is set on the banks of the River Wye and is surrounded by walking opportunities. And down a quiet lane overlooking farmland is the next house we're going to view.
Well, for property number 2, we thought we'd try our luck with this one.
Like the look of this?
Looks a lot more modern with the brickwork.
It is.
Yeah.
It's only 11 years old. Have you thought about a new build before, Jay?
Not really, just because of the character sort of side of things that we were aiming for. So it'd be interesting to see what it is like inside, whether it's too modern and has that character that we were looking for.
Can't wait to see inside.
Let's see what you think.
Built in 2008, this detached new build occupies a splendid spot surrounded by farmland which we'll explore more of later. But it certainly does give them the scope to pursue their good life aspirations. The front door opens into a large hallway which leads into the kitchen.
Okay.
It's nice.
Nice size.
I rather like its rather crisp, modern lines.
This is a lovely kitchen. It's a lovely house to look at from the outside. It's just different for me. I'm just getting my head around what modern is.
You could be anywhere in the world with a kitchen like this.
True enough. I mean, it's not your classic country kitchen, in fairness.
I think what it is
is this our family home or is this somewhere where we'd live until we found our family home?
Ah, that's an interesting dilemma, isn't it? OK.
This is only the first room, we haven't seen
Absolutely.
it yet.
I'm delighted Mel and Joe are keeping an open mind about this one. Next on our tour, just off the breakfast room, is the living room.
Like the log
It's nice,
burner.
clean, crisp.
Yeah, very contemporary feel to that again. That's where I think they've managed to achieve a bit of classic country character, albeit within a very modern building, and obviously those doors open up out to the garden beyond.
That's lovely. I like that idea of inside-outside kind of thing.
View is
Views are
fantastic.
amazing.
Really, really nice view.
Yeah, I love the ceiling. I think that's fantastic
Yeah.
ceiling. It's lovely, bright and airy. It's just not giving me the character feel that I'm looking for.
It's a good sized room and there's
It's a nice
potential
family
for it.
room. Yeah.
But is it our future living room? I'm not writing it off yet. There's a lot more to see yet.
Forward to seeing the rest. really.
Yes.
I am.
Yeah.
Let's move on and do that.
The kitchen, breakfast area and living room all flow naturally from one to the other. But the downstairs of this property has more to offer. The entrance hall also leads into several other rooms. A dining room which could become a play area for the girls, a downstairs shower room and one of the property's 4 bedrooms. Upstairs there is a large modern family bathroom and 3 bedrooms which are all of a good size. The largest is currently used as the master.
There we go.
It's good size.
It's also got a walk-in wardrobe there
Ooh, lovely.
and shower ensuite there.
Ensuite. I like the ensuite. Yeah.
I mean, the size of the bed in here as well obviously gives you that size of room because that's a super king bed. We've only got a king size, so if you think our bed, then there's going to be even more space.
Okay.
Happy so far?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Getting happier? Who knows? Let's see if the price does it. Come on, let's go outside.
The exterior offerings of this property are plentiful with 1.7 acres in total. There are established raised vegetable beds, a greenhouse and a double garage.
That on its own is about an acre, all right? The rest of the 1.7 is all over there with the house stood on it. It's nice and flat, great views all around it, and it comes with those 3 stables.
Sure, we can fill those.
I think you could. I mean, we've talked about, what, pygmy goats and there's
Chickens.
talk of chickens and maybe some miniature donkeys along the way and all sorts. I mean, you know, for that sort of thing, they'd be absolutely ideal.
The views are fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't beat those views.
Good to see land as it is, just flat, to see how much size you actually get for an acre.
Yeah, I mean, when we first met, you said between 1 and 2 acres. Are you revising that downward now?
Yeah, 2 acres
think?
would be too much.
You're having second thoughts about them.
The grass, we need to be able to look after it.
Well, I need something to do on the sit-on mower, don't I?
Yeah, well, the sit-on mower that's currently at this property gets sold with it.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, Jules.
Let's talk about your budget, shall we? And 600 grand. Joe, it's your turn this time around. How much is this one on the market for?
I'm going to say 535.
I'm going to say 550.
You are doing really well this week because, madam, you are absolutely spot on.
550.
550.
Yeah, ideally offers over, but, you know, everything's open to a conversation, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Go on, go and have another look around without me.
At £550,000, this new build offers space in abundance. It's a practical property for a family with a large kitchen diner, 2 reception rooms and 4 bedrooms. The garden totals 1.7 acres, which will provide ample space if Joe and Mel do choose to keep animals.
The house is very modern. We didn't think about going for a modern house. Having said that, it's been done beautifully. The layout of the house is brilliant. It's so good for a family. It's just not cottagey enough for me.
Certain parts of the house felt like you could be in central London, say, in a flat, rather than it being your country house, as it were. It didn't really have the character that I think that we were both looking for.
It's got great land, fantastic garden, it's quiet, the views are fantastic. but 1.7 acres, it's a lot of land. It's a lot to look after. I think if we had a garden, we'd still be able to have chickens. Pygmy goats are only small, squeeze them in somewhere. But 2 acres, I think we were being a bit presumptuous there.
Seeing what we've seen, I think it's definitely given us clarity into what we want in our future life, what sort of style we want, the size of property.
After you, Mel.
Thank you.
All right, Joe. Well, these grey clouds and failing light tell me that this is the end of our first day of house hunting. Happy so far?
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
it's been
happy.
really interesting. Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Always such a loaded phrase. that.
It's given us some good insights into what was sort of direction we'd like to go in, I think, and
Yeah.
it's opened a few possibilities.
Yes, definitely.
Good. Well, that's what it's all about. I wish I knew where you were going then.
I'm property hunting in Herefordshire with Joe and Mel from Rickmansworth in Hertfordshire. They have £600,000 to spend on a characterful family home. Coming up, the mystery house prompts quite a reaction.
Where's the estate agent?
Yeah.
We'll go and sign now.
And I dig deep to discover exactly what goes into a packet of crisps.
Henry, this is an amazing space. There's a touch of the Indiana Jones storage boxes full of potatoes. How many have you got stored away?
Got about 5,500 tonnes by the time we finish harvest.
Well, our final day of house hunting here in Herefordshire is focused on just one thing, revealing our mystery house. Now, clearly, yesterday, both Mel and Joe made it perfectly clear that they are on the lookout for a cottage full of charm and character, and we definitely gave them that in property number 1. So our mystery house has got some competition, but I'm not worried because in many respects it is an escape to the country classic. And whilst it may not be the biggest house we've shown them, I think it really is a little gem. For our mystery house, we're heading to the small village of Horwithy, located in the Wye Valley area of outstanding natural beauty. Standing proud over this village is a fine Italianate Romanesque style church that was built in the 1870s. This impressive structure encases an earlier brick chapel, which was deemed too ugly by the local reverend who commissioned this sandstone edifice. But this isn't the only chapel in the village which has been transformed. A stone's throw from here is our mystery house, and to fully appreciate what's on offer, we're going to approach it from the rear.
This is our mystery house, guys. And what do you think, Mel?
Yeah, I like the look of this very much.
Very impressive from the outside.
It's not a barn conversion, although you could be forgiven for thinking it was a barn. It's actually a chapel.
Wow! I really like the look of this. I love the brickwork, love the windows.
Yeah.
It just looks exactly what I've pictured, actually.
From the outside, it's got that country feel straight off before we've even walked through the door. It looks somewhere that we would look to live. I'm really excited to get inside and have a look around.
Me too.
Well, I can't wait to show it to you. Come on, then.
Originally built as a chapel around 200 years ago, our mystery house was converted in 2005 to a very high standard, but it still retains many of its period features.
So, you've got this lovely big kind of lobby area here, and then it leads on into this.
Oh, wow.
There's your country kitchen.
This is amazing. Very well done.
Yes, we got there.
I
Good.
really, really love this. Wow. It's made me go a bit funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
OK, that's good. That's a good sign, isn't it, Joe?
Good thing, very good
Oh,
sign.
my gosh. Floor is
Floor's
amazing.
beautiful, isn't it?
Very practical for country life, this floor, obviously, with dogs and kids and all that
Yeah.
running around.
This space would work
It's
really
brilliant.
well for us as a family.
We can all sit here
Yeah.
while Joe's cooking. It's ideal. Yeah. Really love it.
Yeah, look
I want to see more. Show me more.
Shall we ride? Well, come on then, let's have a look.
Gosh.
This is
It's just getting better and better every room.
it's so cosy in here.
Gorgeous. Great
There's
size.
so much space as well.
Yeah?
Great size. Really, really, really
Fantastic.
nice. Oh, it's lovely. Great doors going out to the garden.
Yeah.
Not necessarily today, but in the summer, I'm sure it would be lovely. No, I really like it. Again,
Right then, I suspect the old checkbook might be getting thumbed later.
Also on the ground floor, to the other side of the entrance hall, is a useful space which could become a playroom and a sizable garage which can be accessed from inside. As we continue upstairs, there's a stylish family bathroom with roll-top bath and separate shower, plus 4 bedrooms, all of which have bags of character with quirky windows and original wooden features.
This is gorgeous.
I mean, I think this is recommended as the master because, although it's not the only room up here with an ensuite, it does have views over the garden toward the river.
Oh, waking up to that in the morning.
And you've got this amazing roof structure which really reveals the history of it. So you've got a brand new building within an historic shell, which means it's efficient, it's going to be long-lasting, there is nothing to do.
Beams are amazing.
It's basically everything that we've wanted, with it having a modern feel but still being the cottagey, got all the features that we wanted.
Everything and more. Yeah, I love everything about it.
The only obstacle that remains is the price. Let's have that chat.
The Mystery House still has one more potential stumbling block for our buyers: a lack of land. Although charming with its established borders and vegetable beds, the garden here will require Joe and Mel to scale back their outdoor aspirations.
Now, when we first got together, you did talk about potentially looking for 1 to 2 acres. We haven't got that, but would this be enough for you?
Yeah, I think it's an ideal space. Enough for the girls to play and explore, enough space for some chickens and a dog.
So let's think about the price then. Mel, you clearly love it. How much do you love it?
Very, because I know it's over budget, but I'm going to hope it's on at 525.
I'm more of a realist. I'm going to go over budget. I'm going to say 625.
£625,000. So a cool 100 grand between your estimates. You can afford it because it has just been reduced to £540,000.
No way. Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Where's the estate agent?
Yeah.
We'll go sign now.
Is this the one?
This is the one.
Off you go. Go and have a look around.
Thank you.
Make sure your instincts are right. Brilliant. Well, there we have it. Once again, our mystery house seems to have clinched the deal, but of course, as ever, only time will tell.
At £60,000 under budget, the Mystery House combines period character with modern comfort. There's an expansive kitchen diner, a large but cosy living room and 4 bedrooms. The well-kept garden doesn't quite deliver the acreage they originally asked for, but it makes up for it with some stunning rural views.
Property's amazing. It's everything and more that we've dreamt of and wished for. There's no fault to it whatsoever. It's perfect for us as a family.
The size of the kitchen and how we can turn it into sort of a family room kitchen with everybody in it and have it as a real focus of the house is something that I really like about the property. There's so many options, but then it's so complete at the same time.
We were thinking, we're moving to the country, you've got to have some land. But the garden is just perfect. There's enough room for the girls to play. It's private, the view's amazing, and there's footpaths everywhere around.
Really, at 540, it was an amazing surprise, price-wise. I'm feeling ridiculously excited for the prospect that this could be our family home.
Wow. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Look at
Very
those
good.
smiles. They
Very
tell it
good.
all, don't they? Well, house tours, in my experience, don't come much better than that.
No.
Right, time for you two to go and think, though. That's the next challenge. Off you go.
Thank you.
In recent years, the profits of England's agricultural economy have been in decline. However, one particular farming sector is booming: potatoes. Last year, the value of England's potato industry grew by 1/3 to a staggering £501 million. I'm visiting Cobury Farm just outside Ross-on-Wye to meet potato farmer Henry Chin. Henry's family's farming roots were laid down here back in 1925 by his great-grandfather, who started out with just 125 acres. Today, it's grown to a much larger operation, covering over 3,000. As the potato harvest is now in full swing, I thought it the perfect time to see what makes this industry so productive.
You could pick absolutely anywhere in this field, couldn't you, Henry? But you've decided here is the spot to show me your prime potatoes.
Let's have a look and see what we can find.
And this is old school, isn't it? Of course, the machines do all this for you. But look at that, wow, they're beautiful.
So there's our crop of Lady Clare.
Will I find these on a supermarket shelf somewhere?
They will be, but they'll be in a packet of crisps.
So what are you looking for in a good potato?
The main thing for a crisping potato is whether it tastes right, right texture, the right colour. Don't want a dark fry, want a nice golden light fry. And also the size. Size is important because they've got to fit into the packet.
Now you've got this little gizmo down here, which looks absolutely fascinating. Talk us through that.
Just measures the size that the potatoes are. So a crisping potato, we're looking for a minimum of 40 millimetres, maximum of 85 millimetres.
Well, just fit it in the hole?
So we just see what size it is. So.
Oh, a bit bigger than 65. Could be a 70.
Could be a 70.
A 70, there
70.
you go. So that's a good all-rounder then.
It's a good size, yeah.
Around 6 million tonnes of potatoes are produced in Britain each year. Although this has been a consistent figure since the 1960s, the amount of land being used to grow them has halved in the last 50 years. But production remains high owing to the fact that the yield per acre has more than doubled. It's a feat that is, in part, due to technological advances in the shape of gargantuan potato harvesters.
When you get up to them, absolutely enormous, these harvesters, aren't they, Henry?
They're big bits of kit.
So talk us through how it works.
The principle is quite straightforward. It's got a blade at the front that goes through the soil under the potatoes.
And that's under there, is it?
That's under there.
Yeah.
And that lifts the potatoes onto these moving webs. The loose soil falls through those, keeps the potatoes, and the potatoes then get moved onto this elevator at the back.
Right then, should we get the driver to fire it up?
Let's go.
Like a kid in a sweet shop, you see, you can see, can't you?
But although this mechanical process does make life easier for modern farmers, they're still beholden to the weather as much as their predecessors.
What makes a good year for potatoes in terms of the weather?
We want it nice and dry in the spring to planting, good soil conditions.
Yeah.
Some rain through the growing season so we don't need to irrigate too much. And then dry at this time of year so we can get on the fields and get harvested.
It's amazing seeing it scoop them all up there, Henry. How many tonnes an acre would you expect to get from a field like this?
Looking for about 17 tonnes an acre from this variety.
1 acre produces enough potatoes to fill 500,000 packets of crisps. To ensure he produces high-quality yields, Henry uses crop rotation to keep land fertile and to avoid disease contaminating it. After 6 weeks of harvesting, the potatoes are stored on the farm for a further 9 months.
Henry, this is an amazing space. It feels like I'm in the back room of the British Museum. There's a touch of the Indiana Jones about all these storage boxes full of potatoes. How many have you got stored away?
Got about 5,500 tonnes by the time we finish harvest.
The operation that you run here, I think to many people will be surprisingly large. I mean, it's clearly very industrial. Do you ever hark back to the days of your grandfather, say, when he was farming on a smaller scale?
I think the physical work was a lot harder in those days.
What do you think he'd make of the setup that you now run?
I think he'd be impressed by the efficiency and what we can get done in a day. Well, I didn't think I could bring you here without showing you a crisp.
A bowl of crisps.
Specially arranged for you, Jules.
Fabulous, as if by magic. There we are. So the proof of the pudding, or the potato, as they say. I mean, let's face it, who doesn't like a bag of crisps? Henry, thank you very much.
No, that's a pleasure.
Delicious.
With agriculture playing such a prominent role in Herefordshire's countryside, it's been a real pleasure to get up close to farming on this scale and to find out exactly what's involved.
Well, as you can probably imagine, there's quite a lot of discussion going on up there, and that is because there is an awful lot for Mel and Joe to discuss. So we're better to reach a decision as to what their future may hold than over a pint. Joe and Mel, here we are. Not that long ago, when we first met, you brought us a budget of £600,000 and lots of hopes and ideas about a new life in the country. And could we find you a property to match all of those aspirations? We've given you 3 to look at. Is there a winner?
I'd say there's a clear one, really.
Let me think. Oh, yeah. The Mystery House.
Yeah, I think you've given us everything and more that we've asked for.
It didn't have the land that we originally wanted, but it had everything in the home. The home was fantastic. The fact that it had a garden good enough for the kids and for us.
I think we came with an expectation of what we thought we wanted, and now that we've seen what you've shown us, it's really homed into what we think is important and what we need and what we want out of a house in the country.
So let's get down to the immediate future. What happens next? How fast can this move happen?
There's definitely phone calls to be
phone call
made
or two,
today.
yeah. So hopefully by the end of the week we'll have been able to put a cemented offer in and go from there, really.
From there, and hope.
Wow. The excitement written across your
Yeah.
faces is an absolute
It's
joy.
amazing, yeah. It's just amazing. It's lovely, it's beautiful. Everything about the area, the house, everything we want, it's just blown us away. It feels like home, to be honest. So, yeah, very happy. Love it.
Well, guys, it's been an absolute treat showing you around my neck of the woods. It is a glorious county. I had no doubt that you'd fall in love with it. There is so much to recommend it, but finding you a beautiful property as well so quickly is, for me, just the icing on the cake. So go and have another look at it. I hope your offer is accepted. And as ever, let us know how you get on. Here's to you.
Cheers.
And Herefordshire. Cheers. You know, in deciding to escape to the country, there is no escaping the fact that for both Joe and Mel, this is an enormous undertaking, leaving behind all that's familiar for a lifestyle and a county that, frankly, is anything but. However, I am reassured because their excitement and enthusiasm for what their future may hold will undoubtedly be the one factor that really carries them through. And hopefully sometime very soon, just like me, Herefordshire will be their new home. I'll see you next time. And I'm delighted to report that Joe and Mel did make an offer at our mystery house, which was accepted. So hopefully they'll be moving very shortly. If you'd like to escape to the country in Wales, England, Northern Ireland or Scotland and would like our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.